G'day guys, Ian here, and today's video is how to get your fussy snakes to go from eating mice to rats. Now guys, if you are new to this channel and you haven't already done so, please do us a favour, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and welcome to Cookie's Critters. So guys, every now and again, you come across a snake like this little boy just here, who is a fussy eater. Now, here at Cookie's Critters, we like to get our snakes onto eating rats as soon as possible. We do have 4 little hatchling grow-outs that we are raising and trying to get up to size. And there are a few benefits to feeding your snakes rats instead of mice. Now, we'll start with the obvious one, is that rats contain more fat. Therefore, the body weight that your snake will put on will be a lot more accelerated, so you can actually grow a snake faster on rats. Now, the main reason for this is the body size. If you think about the size of a jumbo adult mouse compared to the size of a jumbo adult rat is considerably different for the same growth time. Now, that sort of leads into the second half of this equation, and that is the economical side of feeding rats as opposed to feeding mice. Now, obviously, if you've got 2 animals that are growing at a different growth rate, then to buy the same size rodent in a rat form is a lot cheaper, because obviously the rat is a lot younger. The breeder has spent less time, less energy, less food to grow that rat to size to sell off as a feeder rodent. Whereas the mouse has potentially been in their breeding stock for quite a few weeks, and they've spent more time, more money, more food to grow this animal up to a size where they can sell it to a snake keeper as a feeder rodent. Now, so this boy here, he is around about 15 to 18 months old now, and he is feeding on a jumbo adult mouse. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't leave a very large lump in his belly, and for us to get him to grow faster and to grow to an appropriate size, we do need to transition him onto a rat. Now, the only other way we can get him to eat more is to literally offer him more rodents, which isn't very cost effective. So the idea of switching over to a rat makes a lot more sense economically, mind the pun. And so what we're going to do is we're going to show you how you can trick your snake into eating a rat. And we're going to do what's called a bit of a Franken rat, or a turducken style rat. Now, essentially all you need is you need a mouse, you need a rat, and you need some butcher's twine. So I'm just going to put this little boy back. Obviously I can't be prepping rodents while I'm holding him, but we'll see you in a second. Okay guys, so here we have it. We've got our rodents defrosted already. If you're unsure on how we defrost our rodents here at Cookie's Critters, the link up above takes you across how to thaw, prepare, and even keep your frozen feeders. Now, what we do have is our rodents, and we've got some butcher's twine. Now, obviously we do have 2 little hopper mice, and they sort of make a comparable size for the rat. And the reason for this is sometimes if you have a really small mouse and you've got a large rat, the snake can have an issue getting around the head of the rat. So piggybacking 2 little mice together on top of your rat, or in front of your rat, will make the process a lot easier for the snake to eat its meal. Now, on the issue of the butcher's twine, it is completely safe for your snake to eat the twine. Obviously, it's not going to digest and metabolize the twine. It will just excrete it out in its next bowel movement. So I'm going to move the camera down to the bench level, and we're going to show you how we tie our little Franken rat. Okay, so the very first thing that we want to do is we want to tie our butcher's twine around the base of the mouse's tail. And so it's important to note here at this stage here, if you don't secure the mouse's tail nice and tight, then fair chance this is all going to come undone when you start tying it to the rat. So here we have a really good comparison of the size difference between the mouse and the rat. the body of the mouse is way smaller than the head of the rat. So a simple way that we can combat that is essentially to do that. Have your two mice piggybacked together and have the head of the rat tucked in between. So what we're going to do, first things first, is we are going to secure the first mouse around the neck and the head of the rat. Once again, guys, make sure it's nice and tight. Make sure you are double knotting this stuff so that way it's not going to come undone. Now, obviously, if your snake started to eat the mouse, chomp, 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 and it got to this point here, as you can see, the mouse and the rat in this configuration creates a bit of a T shape where the snake could have difficulty getting the head of the rat in to digest the rest of the feed. So what we do need to do is we need to have the head of the rat tucked with the body of the mouse. Now, sometimes a really good option here to keep the nose of the rat tucked in tight to the body of the mouse is to actually put your knot through the upper jaw of the rat. So this is actually looking pretty good. So it's going to be a straight transition, but what we can do is, as a bit of a fail-safe, we can put the second mouse onto the rat as well, just to ensure that the snake's not going to have an issue taking this feed. So here we have our little Franken rat or Franken mouse, and what you do is if you have your mice or your mouse at the front and your rat at the rear. Now what we want to do is you want to cut off the excess twine, and we are ready to feed our fussy male this little turducken. Okay guys, so as you can see, the male took the Franken rat really well. The transition from eating the mouse into eating the rat was seamless. And we attribute that success to the meticulous preparation when it came to tying the rodents together. Now guys, can't stress it enough. If you rush this, if you don't actually have a plan of how you're going to accomplish this, this tying method, it potentially can come undone and come unstuck. So, yeah, I know, not coming undone. But anyway, at the end of the day, he's had his feed, he has a nice big lump in his belly, and from a keeper's point of view and a breeder's point of view, I don't mind if I have to do this every week from here on in to make a special Franken rat or ducking for him. But obviously the main aim to this and the objective is to give him larger food items, and hopefully one day he'll get used to the scent and the taste of rat, and he will just go on to eating rats only without having to create that Franken rat. But anyway guys, if you did enjoy today's video, if you want to see more content like this, please let us know. Leave some comments down in the comment section down below. If you haven't already done so, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, that way you're not going to miss a coming video. And as always guys, if you've got them, keep your beard treated and your snakes heated.